Welcome! This is your amazing tour into Photoshop. Take a seat, relax, and enjoy the ride. I'm gonna show you part by part of this incredible, insane monster. In today's tutorial, you're gonna see how easy and fast you can understand everything there. Everything, okay? So hit the like button and let's begin. I'm gonna use this artwork that I'm actually working on at the moment to use an example to understand better Photoshop. First things first, whenever you're going to use and open a new tab to start drawing, you gotta go here in File and understand, oh, there are so many, forget about it. Just click on Nil. Just click on Nil, yeah. And you go here. Do you see this? Do you see this? You gotta always have your resolution at least on 300. I recommend at least on 300 pixels by inch. It can be pixels by centimeter, why not? It can be 300, okay? 300. And the size here, I always recommend using at least, I don't know how your PC is, at least 1000 on each side. But if you can go a little bit more out, why not try 2000, 3000, 4000, 6000? If your PC is incredible, 10,000. Okay, don't go too far. You can just go and open a new project. Click on enter, and there is your project. And you're gonna be feeling like, okay, I don't understand what the frick I do now. First of all, we have our beautiful brush right here. If you click here, it's going back into black and white, okay? And then you click here, you just make like, I have everything happening, you can paint, you can do anything that you want, okay? But now, you may be like, but these brush settings are a little bit strange, you know, I don't like how it's going. I don't like it. You may be wanting to change that. How you change that? By pressing F5 on your keyboard, okay, F5. You're gonna be opening the screen right here. And it's going to show your brush settings. If you want the beginning and the end of your brush to be soft, gentle, activate shape dynamics, okay? Look at it, look at the difference. Look at this. Look at this. This is much better. Don't say this nuts. This is much better than these, okay? Here you can see my pen pressure on with 0 on now. You can just copy my settings. Be happy and copy my settings. You don't need to suffer like me for I don't know how many years to find the best settings. And normally here on your spacing, it's going to be something like this. And you're gonna see those spacings. We dislike them, we don't want them in our lives, so we just take out spacing, okay? Oh my, not like that. Here is spacing. So I also have here smoothing. What it does is smoothing. Do you see this? I click here and something here appears, okay? Do you know what is this beautiful thing? Let me show you right now. Oh my. You see that my lines are still soft, but they get a little broken when I do my smoothing into 0. And it's easier for you trying to do a line, a straight line, to have those little bending points. And you don't want that. So in Photoshop, using smooth, you can just go and make that pretty strong. Strong as frick, is strong as when you want to go to sleep and you sleep in your bed and you go like, so good to sleep. Yeah, the same way. And you can just go here, do the same line, and it's going to have less those strange bendings, you know? It's going to be much more straight. We want the line being straight, not with those. So now that you know that, you can also know about how to make your brush not as strong as this, because you probably like also doing realistic painting and seeing your brush go smooth and everything. So here is this beautiful magical tool called transfer. Do you see this? This is transfer. You choose how strong the transfer is by choosing here how it is close to 100 or how it's close to a 0%. Right here, okay? If you get the other one, take out. If you get something like this, take this out. You're going to get tendinitis by having these two at the same time. You're probably gonna have it. And you choose here the one that you like the most. I like to leave it at the middle. Medium amount. Okay, I change my brush settings And you can see it's not painting as strong, but if I go here and really do it strong, it's going to be a little bit more strong. You can see here, it's gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Transfer is the thing that I use to do the passage between things here in this drawing. Here, do you see the passage between this dark color? Here, this dark color, normal color, dark color, normal color, brighter color. Yeah, I use that. Also another tool that I'll be showing. So now that I showed the basic brush, you gotta remember there is this amazing tool right here called eraser. You did something bad and you're like, no, you just go there and but sometimes your eraser is going to be like that, but we can change that, okay? You probably accidentally clicked on one of your numbers on your keyboard and it made the opacity get lower. And do you see the opacity is low? But if you click on the number 0 on your keyboard, it goes back to 100 and just erase, erase, erase. But it's not only that can be causing that. Also, if you go here and you have a transfer on your eraser, well, look at what is happening. This, the same thing that we don't want. That's why be sure that your eraser does not have the transfer on or the opacity being lowered. And if you're also bothered by this having those spaces, just remember, go here, brush tip shape, and take out the spacing. We don't want spacing. These are the most basic tools that you're gonna be using. I just wanna stay bad, I'm going to show all the other tools here on my project, on my art commission. Yes, let's go. This first tool right here, I don't work with names that much. I prefer to call it whatever comes to my mind. Now your name is done it, okay? And when you click using that, you can just drag things around. This is another amazing tool. When you click with the right button, you're going to see many formats. And you just pretty much gonna use the two main ones, first ones, it's the most easy ones. When you use that, you're going to select exactly that area. And what does it mean to select exactly that area? I have this tool right here. I use it. And now I use the donut. Here, look at this. Now he have the eye and the mouth, which is much better, okay? Okay, now we are going to one of my most favorite tools, the lasso tool. The lasso tool is the best one because you can just select specific areas and do an amazing silhouette. Like right here, do you see how good the silhouette is right here? No, I have an even better example. Right here. Look at this silhouette right here. This silhouette's amazing. I did using lasso tool. How you use the lasso tool? You just go here, select the area. Yeah, it's going to be boring. Yeah, you are going to do these mistakes right here. And when you do those mistakes, you're going to hold out. And it's going to appear the minus symbol there. And when the minus symbol appears, you start removing the extras, okay? You remove the extra. You say like, hey bro, you're too much, get out. And then you're like, oh no, I removed too much. And then go like, come back, I love you. By holding shift, just say come back, I love you, to the lasso tool. You just hold shift, it's going to appear the plus symbol, and you start selecting the place that you want it back, okay? Now you have the selection. So if you're going to paint that area, wow! Great selection. I use this type of thing all the time. You think like it's amazing the place that you painted here, but you wanted to paint like outside. So you just go and press Ctrl Shift I. So now the selection appeared again. I can just hide it by pressing Ctrl H, not the number, the letter, you know. Now I'm painting outside and I could just go like, woo! Or making here even brighter. And when you want to take out your selection, you just press Ctrl D. And if you're still inside of the selection, you could be doing some mistakes. I'm inside of the selection and I'm trying to use my reference and I'm like, no, I need to move my reference. Okay, but you also moved your selection. And depending on what was happening, you could have moved this place here, okay? Now we go into the magic wand. It also makes a selection, but not so strong, okay? Depends on how much tolerant you make it be. It can be intolerant or tolerant. You choose how much it is. So if I hit here, the magic wand, with a high tolerance, it's going to select the full object. But if I lower the tolerance and make it like, no, I don't like you. I'm not going to touch you. See, it selects specific places. Do you see this? This is important. But if you get even more crazy and go like, no, I don't like nobody. For tolerance. it's going to select specifically this part. But if you go even more like, I'm completely not tolerant, and you just select one specific color, I'm not even joking, this thing selects one specific color. If it changes just a little bit, it's going to be just a little bit. And remember, if you're not able to select everything and you want to select everything, just put in the highest one and boom, you have everything selected. Like I did this line art, I'll close it here, this is a work in progress, by the way. I'll close it right here. So I wanted to select only the character. So I select the background. I will select this place right here. And I will invert my selection. It's going to paint only in the character. Okay, that's how you do it. Of course, you paint the character in another layer. That's how you make base colors. And this is going to make your process much faster. You're just going to refine a few things in the borders, but that's how you do it. The crop. When you click on the crop tool, this is going to happen. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Why I'm saying that, like, you gotta be careful. Why? Because if you just go like, oh, I want to cut things out. This is showing everything that is on the outside of my artwork, but people cannot see, okay? So if you just go and crop, good. But you removed everything that was outside. And maybe you can just like, oh, I just want to cut this right now. Only this, and then you save it. Be careful, because you are going to lose the thing here. Yes, there is Ctrl-Z, everybody knows Ctrl-Z, you go back, but sometimes you can forget about it, okay? You can forget about it. Crop is amazing to make your artwork smaller or just adjust the size of your canvas. You want to make it more squarish, you want to make it more rectangular. You want to make it something that goes to infinity and beyond. Yeah, you can, yeah. So also, if your crop tool is like with a ratio of going the two sides the same or stuff like that, try to change the settings here. Yeah, here, here as an example. It's going to get a square format. Be sure that it's like ratio. You can just go crazy. Go out, clear, here, yeah. Click and clear, just ratio, nothing there, and you can just go crazy. This tool right here. This tool right here, eyedropper. You're gonna be using that like every 5 seconds, okay guys? This tool helps you select the best color ever for your drawing. I use this tool like I'm breathing. This tool right here. But you see, I'm not selecting it, I'm selecting the brush. Why? Because whenever I hold out using the brush, it already selects for me the color stuff, okay? So I can just select and go to the color that I want. Select, go to the color that I want. Select, go to the color. Go to the color. That's how you can paint fast. And also, you don't need to really use the Alt button on your keyboard. You can also be using your tablet. You can put a hotkey, a shortcut to be that, okay? So, the next two, this one, it's called oops, I did a mistake and I need to fix that. You did like a big, the image here already shows what it does. And it's amazing, I love that, I use that too. When I'm removing my sketch lines, by the way. Let's just say that okay? Let's just say that I do this, okay? I did this. And I go like, oh no, how are you gonna fix it? Oh no, we're gonna have to paint place by place. Oh no, okay. So much work. Oh. Hashtag work. Okay, so you just put this tool right here. Okay, I select the tool. This tool right there. The name of this tool is Healing. It's Doctor. The name of this tool is Doctor because it fixes. You just selected the mistake, okay? Shua! It almost perfectly removes that. Did a little bit of a mistake right here at the end, but it removes almost perfectly. And it saves you from so much work. Hashtag work! And there is something amazing about brushes. You can change the mode of the brush. Do you see this thing right here? Do you see this thing right here? You can change the brush to anything that you want, bro. Anything. And anything. Like, you want to make things bright shine? You can just make your brush big, take out hardness, select the base color, take your opacity low and just go like, shwa. Look at that, he's shining. And I can make the opacity a little bit stronger. Shwa. Look at that, he's shining even more. Look at that schwa. That's a truly strong schwa. Look at that. Look at that. This is color dodge brush mode that I'm using. Different brush modes have different effects. So you always gotta be choosing the brush mode that you want. Like overlay goes into this. Multiply, create shadows. So always go there testing. I'm going to recommend multiply, screen, color dodge, overlay, soft light. These main ones for you to begin. And also darken and lighten. Darken and lighten are amazing. Darken is only going to make darker any place that is brighter than yours. Like I'm using this color right here. Any color in this drawing that is brighter than the one that I'm using right now is going to become darker. Any color. So like you have a mistake that your certain part of your drawing is like, oh my, this area is too bright. Yeah, this specific area, you can make it get darker. And not only that, we have the opposite. If we have darken, we have lighten. And with lighten, it's going to make things brighter. So anything brighter than the color that I picked right now is going to become light. Look at that, 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 look at that. Look at that, like I picked this one. Anything that is darker is gonna become brighter. So if you have any mistake that is too dark, or you just want to remove some sketch lines that are pure black, you can remove that easily. Like here, I want to make this brown, I can do that brown. I want to make this brown, I can do that brown. I want to make this brown, I can do that brown. Bucket! Bucket tool, you know the bucket tool? You can use the bucket tool or the gradient tool. It's going to be one of those there. Okay, one of those there. I recommend using the bucket tool to just paint everything that you use it, your lasso tool to select, okay? Look at that. We don't even have a body anymore. We want a selection that is poggers, okay? We want a selection that is pretty much poggers. So how do you make the selection poggers? You gotta be changing here the tolerance. Remember when we talk about the tolerance on other stuff like Magic Wand? Yeah, Bucket 2 also got the tolerance. Okay, tolerance. You can make it like extremely tolerant and select everything. Or you can make it like, ew, don't touch me. You can touch this. And it's going to change your selection, but don't do that on a realistic piece. Always do that when you have your sketch line. Now we're going to the gradient too. I don't know which settings are going to get there, but you click here and it's going to appear the screen for you, and it's like this one that have the little squares in one color, okay? Or I can press my space and control and move my mouse and do the same. And I can do the same by using my tablet, okay? The pen. Whoosh. So about the thing that we just talked, the gradient tool. You drag and poof, okay? This is what happens. You can use that so much. I used that to do these little darker places around the drawing. Oh, you cannot see it here. Do you see this? I did those darker places to add more drama into the scene. You can change the direction, you can put it close, you choose when and where it's going to be. You choose how strong it is. Remember, there is opacity here. Opacity always help you. The most important tool that helps me as a furry artist, and if you're drawing other stuff, you're also going to use that a lot, is this finger right here. Yours is going to be probably on blur tool or the triangle tool. I use mainly, you can use this tool too, but I prefer to use the smudge tool. This tool is amazing. Here, first of all, remember here on this tool you have strength. And also by pressing F5, I recommend using the settings here that I have, by the way. These settings here that I have. Shape dynamics on with pen pressure, all the rest off. Transfer here with maximum pen pressure, the second pen pressure, and smoothing. Okay, now let me show you what it does. Have you ever thought how I did this beautiful fur? Or this beautiful hair? Or this armor with impeccable, smooth, been smooth, or this shirt here been smooth, or this fur, or all of these things happening here been so smooth. The thing that I did here was use the smudge tool. Ooh, revelation completed. Let me show you how it works. Here, do you see this? Do you see this? I'm doing fur movement right now. That's how I do it. I apply the light, I apply the shadow. And I can just go crazy, changing the strength of my smudge tool by pressing numbers. Being high numbers to be strong smudge, or small numbers to be weak. You cannot even see such is so weak. Okay, here. This soft, gentle smudge. That's how I did all of this fur. That's how I did this armor. Soft. That's how I did all of that you're seeing. Do you see everything that you're seeing here? Before everything, it was all forest, okay? Nothing existed here before. Nothing, it was like this. And then after smudge too, we got into like this. Now there's the sponge. You're probably going to have dodge or burn too. They are also amazing. They are extremely amazing. It's pretty much going to do what the name says. It's going to dodge the light, like swash. It's going to do exposure. Do you see how much brightness it gets? Do you see this? I want to look this for ears. This is the dodge tool. And now the burn tool. Well, the name already speaks by itself. The name pretty much speaks by itself. It's going to burn things. And burns slowly, okay? Here, it's burning. And it's burning intensively. You choose where to burn, you choose where to not burn. It's also an amazing tool. Oh, such a great effect. Oh, they are so good. Also, you have the sponge. I like to use a lot of sponge. That's why you can see my sponge. The sponge is to remove too much saturation that you did on your artwork because you have been adding too much saturation and you probably didn't notice. Me, when I was a beginner artist, I was adding too much saturation, and that's a common mistake to happen. We are already used to cartoons and anime, always showing us those strong saturated colors, or Genshin Impact, always there is strong saturated colors. But no, we gotta normalize our eyes, being like, hey, it's fine to have some little bit dead colors. Here, can you see what I just did here? Can you see? Remove it saturation. This tool right here, I totally love this tool. You can just go and do pretty much connecting pieces. If you're going to do a sword and you want to have the silhouette pretty well done, I recommend using. I don't use it. I don't use this tool. You can even feel this. Background. Yeah, you can feel the format that you do. But not only those strange formats, you can do something more soft, okay? If you add a line in the middle, yeah, you can do something more soft, more gentle. If you have trouble drawing the selection or your hand trembles too much, you can always be using this. Like here, I connected these two places. I could just put a third one right here and just move it. Ah, yeah, here I move it. And you just go and reposition the rest. Yeah, and you go lift. The text tool, yeah, you can write here anything that you want. Anything. Why it's not shown? Let me type here something. Here you have your text. If you just go here with the text tool, select your text by pressing Ctrl A and go here and change your font. You're going to change to the font that you want, okay? Where is the best font ever? Here, this is the best font. If you go here on the polygon thing and you take out the fill, make stroke. No color. I want color. Stroke, and I put like infinite sides. Oh my. Shape. Path. Where is that amazing thing that I learned? Here, star. You click here and then you click on star. Yeah, look at that. But now we change this thing here. It's to the maximum. Yeah, you change the star into maximum here and then sides by 999. And what it does to you, it gives you perspective to work in your artwork. Oh my, please computer, please work. Oh my. And here this hand, why do I use that? Oh yeah, I use that by pressing space. Yeah, when you have a zoom and you're like, I want to go to the side, by pressing space, you can just go like, I want to see these. Oh no, I want to see these. No, I want to see these. No. Okay, this tool here, zoom in, zoom out, and here's your secondary color that you're gonna use, and here our main color. You can just change between the two like pressing X on your keyboard. I'm gonna be showing how I organize a drawing for commissions and stuff, and I recommend, it doesn't mean that you need to do that, but it's really going to save you from doing mistakes, not gonna lie. I start doing that because it really helped me. Okay, how I organize it. You can just ignore this. This is to show the process of the artwork. Okay, this is the process so far. But the real thing is, I have a layer here just for the perspective of the drawing, that I did the line of everything. Remember when I told you guys about that too? Yeah, you can use that too. I have a group here. Only group, not layer, group. You can create a group by clicking here. Create a group and then press Ctrl-Shift-N. Or if you think this is too hard, you can just click where? Click here. It creates a new layer, okay? Creates automatically a new layer. And you can just drag and drop it any place that you want, okay? Any place, here. So how do I make these things to have colors? Here, now you can see it, like, I want violet. Now it's violet. That's how I change the colors. It helped me faster to identify, am I working in character, am I working in the foreground, am I working in effects, or am I working in background? Foreground, background, yeah. I separate my layers in a group of references. I have so many references here. I have so many. Do you guys know how many references I use? You gotta be using reference right now, because if you don't, oh my, no, get out. Here, I even have here a black and white layer, just to be sure that my artwork can be understandable. That's organized, the first one. Later on, I create the character layer. This is the character layer, okay? Everything's pretty much mixed out, but I have the symbol on the sword, the blocking, you guys cannot see it. This is a little bit a different technique, you guys may understand. In the future, if you want, you can do a tutorial explaining about this that I did. I have the whiskers, some places with effects and everything, and here the character with everything. And then you separate into a group for the background. Oh my, look at that! I have a foreground background and a background, okay? This is the background, you can see. And the rest the background closer, like the lion, the statues, a little bit of fog. Always important to have that separated character from the background. If you do everything too strong, people are gonna get lost and go like, oh my, where do I focus? On the character or this, on the character or this? And when you create a new layer, as an example here on effects, I'm going to have different layer modes, okay? Different layer modes, you can choose here the layer mode that you want. If I just keep on passing here through different layers modes, you can see the leaves are changing a little bit, how they are looking to us, which is amazing. And also I have these different types of locks. Let me explain to you these different types of locks. The first lock only lets you paint inside of what you did in that layer. As an example, I use that on the main character. Here, it's only going to let me paint. Oh yeah, I'm on lighten mode. It's only going to let me paint inside of my layer, of my character. The next mode is this one with the brush. It's going to not let you paint at all. It's like, bro, don't paint here. And you may think, yo, I'm not going to choose the brush. This brush is so, this lock mode, it's so amazing. You don't even understand how amazing it is. Because remember the mistake of painting on the wrong layer? It ends right now. And also the other lock, this one is amazing for people like me. They like a lot to go and use Ctrl to find the layer. I don't really go and find a layer by here. I find a layer by clicking on it, holding Ctrl, okay? For me, it's too much to go here and look. No. I prefer to just go crazy and select it. Select the layer. You see, much easier. But what if you use this lock right here? You cannot select that. You cannot. I'm selecting the background behind it, but I cannot select, or something above it, but I cannot select this thing here, this red thing here. Only if I unlock it, okay? And this other lock here, well, it exists. And this other lock here, it's the perfect one for like, you can do nothing with this layer. You cannot select it, you cannot paint it, you can do nothing with that layer. It's good if you're like, okay, I don't want to touch that ever again. I don't want to do a mistake there. So you just lock it fully. I like to do that on my effects layer, so I cannot touch that and I can keep on touching anything that is behind the effect. Also can change the opacity and fill of that layer that you're selecting. And you can also use a mask. What is a mask, Gabs? Okay, let me show you. You have drawn this beautiful smile right here. But if you click here on the mask, with the black color, or you just pick eraser, and with white color, eraser with white color, or brush with black color, okay? You choose which one. If it's not happening, change the color and it's going to happen. You're going to erase it, but not really erase it because it's still there. It's only masked, okay? You only have a mask not letting you see that. So it's good that you are like, oh, I want to make this hair showing, but not too much. So you're like, I don't know if I do that. So you can just go and apply this and you're like, no, I prefer how it was before. Be sure you're selecting the mask here and then you select the opposite color and it's going to appear back. I have this thing right here. If I want to delete it, oh my, if I want to delete it, I can just delete it. It cannot come back, only if I press Ctrl Z, okay? But if you add the mask here, the mask is like a saving for you. For if you want to go back and oh no, I don't think I want that. Or if you want to do a gradient on that. Did you know that? If you want to do a gradient, that's also an amazing tool. Here, a gradient. Okay, on Windows, you can choose what you can see, what you cannot see. As an example here, you can see the brush settings. If you click on brush settings, you can just close it, no trouble closing it. You're not going to lose that. When I was smaller, I used to think that if I close that, oh no, I lost that, it's a forever lost. No, you can just go back here on window and open that. Also for your image size. Oh, my size is small, it's not 10,000. Well, if you just make a plus between them, it's plus 10,000. This drawing is big. And remember, champs, the more you use layer effects, different layers for different effects, the more heavy your drawing is going to be. You can see this one is 3 gigas. That's why my computer was crashing as freak. It's 3 freaking gigas. You can see here that Photoshop right now is using 10 giga of my RAM. That's a lot. So remember, try to not be using so many layers of effects. Or try to just go crazy. Yeah, this drawing is 3 giga, the PSD file. For the background, thinking on Photoshop when you're going to draw it, I use so many effects. I use these 2 effects here to make it less focused and make the character more focused. The first thing that I do is never ever using strong colors on the background. And I always focus on making a lot of effects. A lot of effects. Look at me in the face. Look at me in the face. I always save a second version of your artwork on some kind of cloud system, okay? I'm talking this to the bottom of my heart, to you. I always save on a cloud system. I don't know anyone that you want. Just save it. It's for free. There are many there out there for free. Just use it. Because if it crashes and you lose your progress, if it gets a mistakes or a crazy error that you don't understand, you're gonna be missing that extra version. So save that, okay? Save. I do that. Save. Good. So, if this tutorial helped you, why not share with a friend? Subscribe, leave a comment, tell me more, and if you want to support the channel, why not get on our Patreon? Or just check out our Gamerant for extra tutorials for you, yeah. One time you get it, you invest in that, and you get lifetime access to many tutorials that keep been adding there and adding.